There we go.
That's fine.
Mate, I suck at this. This is my first on the
It's all
road interview. All right.
That's all good. You'll get better at it anyway.
Dude, I suck. All right,
Pick it
so
up,
we'll
man.
start
Pick it
again.
up, yeah.
All right, so ladies, sorry from the top. Okay, it is absolutely recording now.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Okay.
We've just been sitting here for the last half hour talking some brilliant stuff, I might add. But Clown over here, bloody Luke, forgot to push play. So
As you know, guys,
so-
I suck at this, so this is the
take
first
two.
time on the road.
This is take 2.
All right,
Let's just call it take 2.
take 2 it is.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Morrison, thank you for being on.
Yeah, thank you. No problem.
Okay.
Lovely to be here for another half an hour.
For another half an hour, we'll keep it quick, I promise. I know, dude, welcome to my world.
Well, no, all good, mate. All good.
I know.
Pleasure. Love your work. What do you
That's
do?
definitely recording.
Okay.
All right, so I'm here with Mr. Morrison. He has a very... Temuera.
Lovely to be here, mate.
Thank you. Look, Tem plays a very important part in my life. I had a very rough childhood and I grew up without culture and without family. And when I watched Once Were Warriors, I saw you up on the screen, and that was my sliding door moment for me to become who I am today and do what we do with our special needs and all
I'm
that
glad
sort
it
of thing.
affected you in a more positive way too, so that's fantastic. Seeing a guy there who lacked all those things too, who was quite happy punching and beating everybody up, and I think that's what it was with that character, Jake. You know, he would have survived quite well back in the 18th century as a Māori warrior, so he still commanded that warrior spirit in him. But again, it was his upbringing. And it was a timely movie back then, back in the 90s.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a few other people that sort of saw themselves or reflections of themselves in that movie. It spurred a lot of the women too, to say, hey, for the first time they had somebody to identify with. And I was saying, literally ringing up the women's, those places where battered women who were in that predicament could actually call for help. And they could just say, look, my life's like that ladies in that movie that's out, Once Were Warriors. My bloody husband's just like that guy in that bloody movie too. So,
But the thing is, everyone looked at it as a negative thing. I thought it was good to have a conversation about that, because I've worked with First Nations people.
Yes. Big over there, Once Were Warriors. Even over here.
And no one talks about what became of the brokenhearted, because you can't watch one without the other, but people seem to focus on the negative without seeing the positive.
Well, he wrote 2 books, Once Were Warriors, Alan Duff.
Yep.
The book was very powerful too. And just funny, at the time I was playing Dr. Ropata.
You were the heartthrob.
I was the heartthrob.
On Shortland Street?
Yep. New Zealand, first ever 7 p.m. soap.
Sort of like our neighbours. And
Yes, exactly. We had the people from those Grundys come over to give us the expertise and exactly how to make a 7-night-a-week soap. So I was part of that for the first 3 years. So it was a big stretch for me. Big stretch. There were howls of things like, I don't know if this guy can pull this one off. I'm not quite sure what the director's thinking, hiring Dr. Ropata to play Jake the Muss.
But where do you draw Jake the Muss from? Because that's the exact opposite of the character you were
that's
playing.
What I mean. It was a big stretch.
Yeah.
It was a big stretch. Believe you me, I was a little nervous stepping into his boots.
Yeah.
Rena Owen, the woman who played the
she's
wife,
amazing. Yes.
Powerful lady.
Yeah.
Powerful lady. She wasn't shy to let you know. Pick it up a little bit, my buddy. She was very supportive.
Yeah.
But what a performer. What a powerful woman to act next. And she had the ihi.
And then
called the ihi, the wehi, just those inner things, that inner force. She already had that. She had an amazing well of emotion
and
that
strength.
she could
absolute
draw on.
rock strength.
And it was a matter of really all of us having to lift our game. I was nervous.
Yeah.
There was a moment I was going, what the fuck am I doing here? Sometimes, especially going into the film, but just the way the schedule worked out, and was able to hammer home a couple of scenes. I did a lot of research. At the time when I was working on Shortland Street, I'd have the guy that played the guy, my good friend actually. He was the head of the hospital, so he's a very good theatre actor, so I spoke to him a lot. I had other people around me that were casting the movie, and they were helping me. And sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, but it was just trying to prepare to get ready. I ended up finishing on the soap Friday night.
Yeah.
and I rolled on Once We Warriors on Monday.
Yeah, right.
And that's where I did pretty good because there was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
A lot of the preparation I was doing anyway, but it wasn't until I gave Jake the Muss haircut.
Yes.
He started to emerge. So I was doing the physical side. And
had you done boxing and stuff before? Because he's quick in that, man.
No, I worked with some guys. Worked with a couple of guys in the preparation. My agent was actually an ex-fighter, an ex-wrestler.
Yeah,
he brought in a
right.
boxer who tuned me up a little bit too. I even jumped in the ring to have a bit of to get the venom up, but I didn't fare too well. I didn't fare too well in the ring. In fact, I think they were ready to recast after I got beaten up by some Tongan boxer. But yeah, that was all part of the preparation. But yeah, we got through that movie, and it still resonates today. I'm still out here signing Star Wars photos, and someone wants, what? No, Jake the Muss photos?
Dude,
yeah, they get
same.
upset
I was a little confused. So Star Wars, how did you get that? How did that happen?
I think they were looking for somebody Polynesian at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They were filming in Sydney,
Yep.
Fox.
Yep.
I've met the casting agent in LA, so I probably was due to Once We're Warriors. They'd seen this movie, they'd seen this
Warrior.
this warrior.
Yeah.
And I think they were looking for some kind of Polynesian warrior kind of thing. So the timing was good. Just happened to be in Sydney at the time too, doing a little TV show actually at the time. So I was able to sort of cement the deal.
Yeah.
And then we started with Django Phat back in the year 2000 at the Fox studio. So that was the beginning really. And that was just to be quite honest, I just had so much fun. Here was this guy Django Phat and the armor and I thought, man, this is going to be cool. Django Phat, I'll do all this stuff. And then that's how it all started. And George was very nice too.
Yeah.
It was big ups to George for the the honour being in it. And one of the happiest little moments I've had, I think, getting the phone call to play Django. And going,
and since then you've come back in. How's it like? Has it been coming in years later?
That's the other amazing thing. Years later, some clever dickie thought Boba Fett's got to look like Django Phat. So whoever that was, probably George. I think in the grapevine I did, did get on well with George because he directed the Attack of the Clones too.
Yeah.
So, and then John Filoni and Dave Filoni and John Favreau.
Yeah,
the name John, but it's not there. John Favreau, who I met on Couples Retreat, funny enough, a little bit earlier, and Dave Filoni.
Yep.
Yeah. So to get the call to come in and play Boba was just a buzz. I spoke today in the panel today, and I was telling the fans that when I first put on the outfit, I walked in and I went into their room to have a look at. They just wanted to see me in the outfit and that. And I spoke of that time where we're sort of just, they're giving the nod,
Yep.
The nod. We made the right decision.
Nice.
Not this nod. It was more this nod. So yeah.
And bringing the Maori Wairua, the passion to it. What was it like? Because, as I said, I love you because you're an ambassador. You're an ambassador for your culture, and you have been in every film maybe except Barbed Wire. I can't remember anything. And you've just done that show with Jason Momoa as well.
That's right.
What's that called?
Right. The one with Jason is a 9-episode show for Apple.
Yep.
It's called Chief of War. We're playing all Hawaiians, actually. Our Kazi bros from Hawaii.
Yeah.
He was speaking in the native language as well, and it's called Chief of War.
Yep.
And it's a period piece looking at some of the interreactions between the Hawaiian islands, Kauai, Maui, Hawaii, the big island, Oahu. Yeah, and there's a lot of interfighting there too. Yes, but as you say, I've been brought up with my culture, the dancing side, the haka side, that energy. I was trained also in our taiaha, which is very similar to your gaffy stick.
Yep.
The taiaha is a weapon we wield with a tongue and a blade and a body and all of that. So I use it as an energy, really.
Yeah, yeah.
As a force.
Yeah.
We've all heard that phrase, may the force be with you, but there's a force in both of us that connects us to those fellas up there. And we call that the Mauri, M-A-U-R-I, Mauri. And that's a universal thing. That's a living thing, a vibration, something that we all have. And
was that your idea to bring that in, or was that their idea?
Well, I told them I could do this and I can do that, and I'll have the more opportunity I can get to wield the thing like the gaffy stick, and it came into the show anyway through my history with the Tuscan Raiders. So that was their weapon. So a lot of the times I'd sort of work with the stunt people too. So it kind of helped that I could wield it, and so when we actually got down to the fighting process, it was pretty good. So sometimes I'd put in a couple of flurries, a couple of spins, and I'd hear back from the director tell them to miss out those spins because I get a bit flash, trying to show off a little bit. Just whack them. So it was good, but it helps. All my cultural stuff really has helped. And I was trained in the kapa, the haka. We actually I used to go to competitions, and you get other groups from New Zealand all turning up there, and you have it's like a big haka down where everyone's trying to put on their best performance. So I did a lot of that, and it's all come in handy. It's good for your projection, it's good for your voice. We sing a lot, we yell a lot, and so it all the stuff I grew up with is my theatre skills that I've attained and held on to proudly too, as you say, as you've probably picked up that every opportunity I get, I try and throw in a little bit of a Māori
That's why
energy,
we love you, sir.
Māori
That's why we
flair
love
to it.
you.
I remember being in Thailand and I was doing a fight scene, and the guy's going, I'm going, because this is the noises we make while we're doing the haka. And then the sound guy comes over and goes, "You're making these weird noises with every strike." I said, yeah, that's all right. That's the dee.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
it's what we do.
Yeah, all the boys back home will have a giggle. Sure enough, I watched the movie there. Dee.
Well, look, sir, you've been very generous with your time, considering I stuffed up the first one.
No, I see you all the time anyway, and thank you for your support. You're always there. You always come over with great support, great energy, and I've always loved that about you.
It's my honour, sir.
Yeah. Sad to hear about your upbringing back in the 90s, but a few of us are like that, But I'm glad you come out of it.
It builds character, sir.
I'm glad Warriors was, it was a big move for Jason Momoa too. He watched Once We're Warriors, and that's why he made me his dad in Aquaman, I think.
Right.
It moved him so much. I even overheard him telling his kids, just quietly, "I see that man over there pointing at me. That's why I got into acting, son, from that guy." So, he grew up in Iowa, I think his mum's from Iowa.
He's an old ice hockey player.
So he's looking at this Māori fellow, Polynesian, and maybe he'd lost touch with some of his Hawaiian side of things too.
Yeah.
But he's reconnected. He knows where he's from now. He loves his father, spends a lot more time with the father. The mum's always around him. He's got 2 beautiful kids now, so... so that movie, Warriors, was really the movie that got me noticed, got me the kudos, and a few doors open. Yeah.
So what's one thing you would say from your culture would you love to share with the rest of the world that is something that you love that everyone can benefit from?
Well, it's just what I was talking about earlier, I think. We all have that Māori, that life force, and we only get one.
Absolutely.
We only get one of those.
Yeah.
We don't get 2.
No, man, you just got to go hard.
Yes, got to go hard.
Cross the line smoking.
I like that. I like the smoking. Yeah, smoking. Keep on smoking. Yeah, go hard. And remember, we've all got that precious life force within us. We only get it once, so do with it what you can. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time, sir, and we'll see you in Sydney.
Okay, mate.
Respect, brother.
Respect.
Thanks, very much.
Tēnā koe.
Thanks, my man. Sorry I stuffed up
That's
first
good.
time,
No
my man.
worries. Well, it was the first